Hello, stranger.
Good evening. I would like to call the March 24th, 2026 council meeting to order and ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Dr. Lee.
Here.
Miss Simmons.
Here.
Miss Mapp.
Here.
Miss Pendergast.
Here.
Dr. Wells.
Here.
Miss Shanhoster.
Here. We have a quorum present, so we can continue with the meeting. Please stand and join me for a prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We ask that you give us wisdom and courage and confidence to move forward and to make the decisions that pertain to this city's business. We ask for your support and your guidance, Father. We thank you for all that are here today. We ask and we say a special prayer for Mayor Palm as she recovers from her procedure, and we ask that you strengthen her so she can come back to us safely. Father, we just thank you for everything. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, we will move to public comments, and we see that we have some people that have signed up. So the first person that has signed up is Mr. Clay Wood. If you would, sir, please come, and even though you wrote it on here, state your name and address for the record.
Yeah, Clay Wood, 3754 Windsor Way. Yeah, what I'd come to talk about, and I can't talk about it like I wanted to because I hadn't received the information that I asked for on the forms that I submitted back in early February, but it's the sewer and water rates. With the increase that y'all put, that some of you put, a lot of you weren't on the board at that time, but put together back in July, the question I had is, what has that done for us in those 6 or 7 months that we know that we've got revenue? So that's why I wanted to see what the increase in revenue is, because I know we have to pay a bond. Mm-hmm. My understanding is the bond is $50 million, and we're paying the first 5 years $2 million, the next 5 years $3 million, or some form of that. So if we do not know how much extra revenue we're getting each month, how do we know what we're doing?
Okay. And you said you made that request. You made an open
Yes.
records request.
Yes, ma'am.
Back in February.
Early February.
Okay.
That's around 6 weeks. And to me, if we cannot push a button and tell me how much money I'm getting in from water bills, if we can't tell me this, in 6 weeks we've got a problem there too.
I understand, sir.
So, my question is really because I've called about 100 people asking how much their bill has gone up, and their bill has gone up at an average of $40 to $45.
Yes, sir.
If you do the math on that, that's about $4 million a year. So the first year, if we get an extra $4 million and we're only paying $2 million, what are we going to do with that extra $2 million?
So I'm going to say this. I will check with the interim city manager and find out what was asked on and if she received your.
Well, Mr. Overson can tell you, I sent it to her,
Yes.
and then Mr. Haddon had sent me, said they were going to work on it.
Okay.
And they sent it to finance.
Yes.
Again, if we can't push the button and
Yes,
tell me
sir.
how much money we're getting in, we've got a bigger problem.
Well, if you'll give me an opportunity to give you a call tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll get to the bottom
Yes,
of
ma'am.
it and answer your questions.
And because the reason I want to, if it is more than what we're paying on the debt each year, what are we doing with that money? Because we still have the original, what we were paying. That should run the everyday business unless we're doing something extra.
I can tell you this, since I was part of the council that made that decision, and it was a tough decision because when we were getting, and you, as you know, and everybody here and within the city and the county knows that we've had our share of water issues, and we have our share of infrastructure problems, and the water treatment plant was built back in the 1950s. so everyone understands that things that were that long ago have to be replaced, and everything is so costly now. And when we first made the decision to go up on the water rates, at first we talked about just going up on the water rates, and I, along with, and some of the other council members agreed that we could not do that to our citizens at one time, such a large increase, because it's been over 10 years since we had a water rate increase in the city. So we did not want to do that to our citizens at one time. And so we decided to divide it in 2 phases. So we've done it in 3 different phases. And we started last year, and then, well, the year before that, January, and then July.
Well,
and we'll have another one this July.
And I'm saying, if you don't think 100% increase in usage rate is putting it to the citizens, ma'am, we've got a difference of opinion.
Well, no, I didn't say it was putting it to the citizens, because you have to understand that we all.
One more thing I want to say, I want to be sure that y'all make sure the public is aware.
Right.
You're saying you're going up 50% this coming July. 50% is really 100% from what it was a year ago. So we're going to have a 200% increase from June of 2025 to July of 2026. That's a 200% increase.
No, it hasn't been a 200%, so
Yes,
they
ma'am,
give me
it
an
is.
opportunity. Huh? Do you want to explain it to him?
No, I said the time was up. That's all.
Okay, yeah, so, I will give you a call tomorrow, and let's ask you to come up here, and we can talk about it, because everything that we've done, we've made it into a public hearing before we did anything, and gave people an opportunity to come to the meetings to hear what we were doing and to talk about it.
I agree that it needs to be done. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I know money can be wasted, and I just want to be sure it's spent the
No,
right
sir,
way.
absolutely. I
That's
can
all.
assure you, we're not wasting not one penny of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next person that's on the list is Ms. Susan Hanson. Ms. Hanson, I'll ask you the same thing. If you'll come up, state your name and address for the record.
How y'all doing? I'm Susan Henson, 122 Jackson Road, Southwest, Milledgeville, Georgia. And I'm here mainly because I love my town. And I think we got good folks in this town. This is a good town. And I try to encourage anybody. I work at Advanced Auto. Anybody comes to my town or comes in there from somewhere else, we're a good town. But when I see things around this town that's not going good, I don't like it. I see you got water issues apparently, and I was wondering, all these trash bags on the fire hydrants, is that part of the water issues? And I just found out coming over here that the house that burned down on Magnolia Street had a fire hydrant with a trash bag on it. That don't look good. You got visitors coming to town from Georgia College and GMC and from everywhere, and we got trash bags on our fire hydrants. I'm up and down Martin Luther King 10 times a day delivering car parts to Ivy's Tire. Those houses on Martin Luther King are terrible. I've been at Advance 11 years. They've been there like that 11 years. You got a house split in half on Martin Luther King. That pink apartment, it's been there. I'm 63. It was live and working, people living in it when I was a teenager. It's been tore down in bad shape for almost 40 years now. Something needs to be done. This town is better than that. And the railroad tracks, I went on Channel 13 and got the railroad tracks fixed at Doyle Beckham's. Okay, CSX fixes the first 6 feet of it on each rail. Okay, once I went on Channel 13, they came and fixed the railroad tracks. But the city is required to fix the other, past the 6 foot. They for a long time, they didn't patch them. They finally patched them sometime in the past couple of weeks, I guess, but now there's another hole. I want to know, why can't you pave them? I got the numbers to CSX. I got the numbers to North Fort Southern. The railroad tracks on Clark Street, past, let's say, the old Goody Gallery. That thing, I come by it yesterday before I came up here. You got bolts sticking up out of it and wood's coming out of it. That's a CSX. They might fix that. The railroad tracks at the hospital, that's CSX and North Fort Southern. CSX fixed theirs. North Fort Southern won't fix theirs. And I'm just tired of riding around my town and seeing this go on, because we are better than that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We do understand what you're saying and how you feel, and it is very difficult dealing with the railroad. And you don't know how many times we have tried, but if you feel like you can get somewhere faster than we can, we would welcome you to do that, because we have tried on all of them.
Miss Michelle, I stayed on North Fork Southern, and they wouldn't ever do anything. And then they kept having wreck after wreck after wreck. And I thought, well, come on now, you know, if you're having this many wrecks, you might need to fix it.
Yeah.
But the fire hydrants with the trash bags on them, has that got to do with the same issue that he's talking about?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
What's wrong with them? They're just not working? How come we can't fix them?
No, they are working. They
Why
are
they got
working.
trash bags on
They're
them?
marked for a reason. But if you travel as much as I do, when you go to other cities, they're hydrants in other cities the same way, and there is a reason that it's part of who checks them, and their checks and balance. But the hydrants they're good.
So, okay, so I shouldn't be concerned that every time I see a fire hydrant with a trash bag, that it may be working?
They are working. Yes,
So it's a
ma'am.
way of checking it or not
Identifying
checking
different
it?
things.
Okay, so don't sweat that so bad.
Yes, ma'am.
It don't look good though, Miss Shannon.
I know it doesn't. It doesn't look good, because I started seeing it in Macon before I saw it here.
Yeah.
And I asked the same questions that you did.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So they are working?
They are working.
Okay, well,
Yes, ma'am.
that gives me peace.
Oh, yeah.
You know, okay. I guess that's it. I just want to. What about Martin Luther King and that split house? That house is cut in half. What can we do about that?
It's code enforcement. That's
Madam Mayor.
I wish I could tell you
Yeah.
exactly. That has been a difficult situation, because we can do things when people don't pay taxes and they leave dilapidated housing, but then when people are paying taxes on the property and they won't do anything, and then we issue citations and they take care of that and they still don't do anything, it becomes a very long and tedious process before we are able to do anything.
Would you be saying, Ms. Shinholster, that it is correct that that house that's split in half and the back half is falling off of it, that a citation has been issued to that house? No?
I would have to ask code enforcement.
Do I need to
about
come back
that.
next month? I will now. Code enforcement will be here.
We want you to continue to come back, because we love it when citizens become concerned about what goes on in the city. And if you would get code enforcement's number and talk with them, they could give you more information on the work that they're doing with those dilapidated homes.
Can I just call the city hall number
Yes,
tomorrow?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And they will transfer you. Ask for code enforcement.
Thank you, because I want that. I like Martin Luther King. And it's named after Martin Luther King.
And
of
you
all
know
people.
that I know you,
Yeah.
and you can be persistent enough to get some information. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Miss Ellis. Miss Matthews, nice seeing you.
Thank you so much for that. We love citizens' input.
Thank you.
Okay, this evening we have a presentation that's scheduled for Miss Natasha Ansley. Hi, Natasha. At this time, I'll recognize Miss Ansley to make her presentation.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's good to see you all.
It's been a while. Yes, ma'am.
Again, my name is Natasha Ansley, and I'm here on behalf of Citizen Advocacy. And I have with me my coworker, Katina Atmore. She has been doing this work for 20 plus years. So we're here to tell you a little bit about citizen advocacy, and to let you all know that this is a great organization, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. So she's going to give you a little spiel on it to let you know that what we're doing here in Milledgeville.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to say thank you to the City Council people for the opportunity to come and share our hearts with yours. And I guess, like Natasha, I think I'm just going to really be telling you what she's been up to, because she's part of your community. And the best way, I think, to describe a little bit about what she's been up to is to quote this. It's a quote that I love, and it's so true. It's by Clarence Sundrum. And he says, there is no safety net that can bear the weight of human indifference. and I have yet to encounter a safety net of laws and rules and regulations and policies that were any stronger than a single concerned and engaged person standing shoulder to shoulder with a person navigating the daily challenges of life in the community. And so citizen advocacy is rooted in that very thing, that we believe that every person matters and that every person deserves to be seen and valued and protected and included. It's a community-based organization that was created by our founder, Dr. Wolf Wolfensberger, and he spent a lot of time with people with developmental disabilities and felt like if you don't have people in your life, you're not really that safe. You need to have people who are worried about what happens to you. And at the heart of citizen advocacy is freely given relationships, a one-to-one relationship between two people, one person who has a disability and one person who doesn't have a disability, and the advocate is unpaid and voluntarily provides that support, standing beside the person with the disability. And there's an office that provides that support. There's someone called the matchmaker, which is what Natasha does. And I think I just want to really highlight something that she did not too long ago. We received a phone call from someone about a man who was born in 1956. He was 5 years old when he was sent to Central State. He had cerebral palsy and didn't use speech to communicate. And then when they started closing down the institutions in 1977, Mr. Phillips is the man's name. He went to go live in a group home. But on this day in September of 2025, we received that phone call that he had become very ill and he was at the hospital. And because he had such medical complexities, that the hospital decided that they probably need to refrain from providing food and drink, giving him just a few days to live. So when I called Natasha Ansley, many of you know she's probably like a dog with a bone. She visited Mr. Phillips at the hospital, and then she was able to call a friend of hers who she knows here in Milledgeville, who decided that she was going to go up to the hospital and be beside Mr. Phillips. And what Miss Darlene said is that he reminds me of my mother and my father. Why wouldn't I speak up for him like I would my mother and my father? So here, this advocate that Natasha Ansley brought into Mr. Phillips' life became his legal medical power of attorney with the support of the hospital staff, ensuring that decisions were being made in his best interest. And she signed the necessary paperwork for hospice care so that he could then receive comfort care, and they began to feed him again and give him water. So Mr. Phillips moved into a nursing home in Twiggs County, and here she lives in Milledgeville, but then she's driving to Twiggs County to see a man that she's fighting for. And he began to get all kinds of health care and nourishment and hydration. And with this kind of attentive type of care, standing shoulder to shoulder, his condition did stabilize. And Mr. Phillips reminded the advocate of her parents, like I said before. And because of that tender love that she gave him, she stayed by his side, bringing him joy and laughter into those days. And he returned the same to her, that warmth of his expressions, his presence, and his smile as he looked at her, appreciating her for every sip that he took, right? So at the heart of citizen advocacy is protection and advocacy. We ask people to do some really hard things because people are going through some really hard stuff. But I think citizen advocacy shows up and says, you know what, I'm with you, and I'm going to give you a little hope and encouragement. And we've been around for 48 years. Standing strong in 5 different cities and lots of different counties. And here in Milledgeville, the office opened in 1985, and it's had its ups and downs because of funding reasons. And so here we have someone who, she not only is walking the walk, but she's talking the talk and walking the walk. So she's been an advocate for a woman who's been in a nursing home for 10 years. And so she believes in it. She sees how it works. And so we were here to ask, because of this strong community investment and how people investing in people brings about such a tremendous impact of love, right? And so to continue to grow this mission in FY 2027, we are asking if the council would consider $30,000 investment. We feel like this support will strengthen grassroots advocacy here in this community, deepen the community roots, and support more people with developmental disabilities, because we know that's not going away. And I'm going to turn this over to Natasha before you have any questions, because I think she'd like to add her flair. Okay.
Thank you all so much for the opportunity. But this is a poem that I'm just going to read because it's touched my heart, and I know it would touch your heart as well. In the beginning, there was placement, and lo, we were happy when it happened. as placements were not mandated for adults who happen to experience severe disability. And so we said, this is good. And placement multiplied and filled the earth. And then we said, let us make programs which focus on serving clients. And clients were defined and labeled and grouped according to their labels and assigned to programs based on their labels. And programs created service for each label, and state agency developed unit costs for each services. And the program prospered and multiplied. And we said, this is very good. And as the program prospered and multiplied, a cry arose. Let us evaluate these programs to see how good they really are. And the program evaluated state regulations, quality assurance, compliance plan, and other programs measured were created. And they multiplied and filled in volumes. And in those times, a person arose who was a client, but who was also a prophet, and said, I don't want to be a client. I want to be a person. I don't want to be labeled. I want a name. I don't want service. I want support and help. And I don't want resident placement. I want a home. I don't want a day program. I want to do meaningful, productive things. I don't want to be programmed all my life. I want to learn to do things I like and go places which I like. I want to have fun and enjoy life and have friends. I want the same opportunity as all of you. I want to be happy. And there was a long silence. And lo, everyone realized that they must look beyond their programs, but they was troubled and they asked, how can we do this? Would not each person need their own unique program and system of support and his own individual measures of qualities? And the prophet said, even as you say, so shall it be done, just as you do for yourself. Thank you all so much for having us as doing our presentation on citizen advocacy. And have a great day.
Were there any questions for Natasha or myself?
Yes.
And we want to be very clear. We're not saying that we don't have to have services. We need both.
Okay.
So to have both.
So generally, what entity provides funding for the Georgia Advocacy Office?
That's a good question. So the Georgia Advocacy Office, we're the protection and advocacy system for the state. So we get our funds only federal dollars. And then we go to the state legislature and we ask for funding for citizen advocacy. So for that, since 1977, the state has been providing support to, like it passes through the DBHDD to the GAO, and then we send it to the local citizen advocacy offices. So there's like 5 different cities that we divide that money up to.
Okay, well, thank you guys for providing such an awesome service in the community.
Thanks.
Ms. Anson, let me ask you a question. Where are we now with citizen advocacy, with the balance and the support that you're getting within the community?
Okay, right now it's great with the the community and everything. So we're in the process now of getting our office here in Milledgeville, supposedly being reinstated. But support has been very great.
Okay, so you're still working with the schools and different agencies throughout the Baldwin County and surrounding counties?
Surrounding county, and that's why it's Oconee area.
Okay.
Yeah,
So no centralized location within Milledgeville. Is that what I'm hearing?
exactly.
And is that what you're asking?
Well, yes, too. Yeah, I am asking for that as well. Yeah.
And I'll just add to it real quick. So when COVID came and we lost some funds, some of the citizen advocacy offices did close because they didn't have like a lot of reserves in place. And so I went to the Capitol and said, hey, listen, this is really good work. This is what we do. And we presented legislative packages. We got the monies restored, and we told them that we wanted to restore offices in different areas. We have done that in Athens. And so then we learned that in the beginning in 77 that Milledgeville and Macon were together. Like, that's how they started, together.
Right.
And so I went and approached the board in Macon and said, hey, listen, there's still good people making good matches, doing good work in Milledgeville. Can you support, if we found a matchmaker in Milledgeville to still do the work in the Milledgeville, could we give you funds and then you pay for that? So to answer your question, the Georgia Advocacy Office gave the Macon office over $100,000, and then we wrote a county grant for some additional funds of $65,000 to be able to support the work that Natasha's doing here in Milledgeville.
Can you all stay around so if the council have any further questions, they
Yes,
can
we can
ask
do
you
that.
after the meeting? Thank
Absolutely.
you so much
Thank
for
you
your
so much.
presentation.
Thank you all so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
This evening, we have two proclamations. The first is to declare art and healthy living for the month of April. And I'll invite anyone who wishes to come up to the front to join me as the proclamation is read. I can, if you want me to.
Sorry. Proclamation, City of Milledgeville. Whereas the City of Milledgeville recognizes the importance of promoting the health and well-being of its residents, and whereas the integration of the arts and healthy living practices plays a crucial role in the fostering vibrant, creative communities, and whereas the month of April is dedicated to celebrating and encouraging healthy living, creative expression, and community engagement, and whereas Create Inc., in partnership with the Baldwin County High School and the Union Recorder, is leading the charge in promoting this celebration through the Art and Healthy Living Month initiatives, including Art Healthy Festival. And whereas the efforts of these organizations aim to engage local students, artists, athletes, and the community groups in raising awareness and support for health and wellness programs that benefit the underserved residents of Baldwin County. And whereas the Art Healthy Month activities include fundraising drives, creative and physical competitions, and donation efforts that will support critical programs such as the Create Jam after-school program and Create Outdoor Adventures, which serve local youth and families. And whereas the Art Healthy Month will culminate in the Art Healthy Festival, a celebration of art, healthy living, and community collaboration. Now, therefore, I, Mary Parham Copeland of the City of Milledgeville, do hereby proclaim the month of April as Art and Healthy Living Month, and encourage our residents to participate in the events, support the initiatives of Create Inc., Baldwin County High School, and the Union Recorder, and promote the well-being of the entire community. Whereas I hereinto set my hand and seal to be affixed to this 8th day of April 2026.
Thank you very much to the city. Thank you for my partners. Thank you for the community. We're really excited about the Art and Healthy Living Month as it grows as a brand. We're excited about the Heart Healthy Festival. Got a lot of great things going on. So I just want to once again thank you all for partnering with us. Thank your recorder, the high school. We just excited, and this is a way we're going to continue to grow. As the young lady said, I'm proud of my community, and this is one of the ways we highlight just what we have here. So thank you all for your help.
Thank you all. The second proclamation we have tonight comes at the request of the Exchange Club. I would like to invite the representatives from the Exchange Club to join me up front. Every year we present the Exchange Club with a proclamation for Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Month to help promote the National Exchange Club and the Milledgeville Exchange Club's efforts to prevent this heinous crime against one of the world's most precious resources, our children. I truly hope that one day this type of awareness will be obsolete.
Proclamation, City of Milledgeville. Whereas the thousands of Georgia children live in fear of physical harm or go without life's basic necessities due to neglect. And whereas many parents who do not understand the way children develop need to be supported and taught in the right ways of caring for their children. And whereas the National Exchange Club and its local affiliate, the Milledgeville Exchange Club, has embraced the mission of the prevention of child abuse in our nation and community. And whereas in April, the Milledgeville Exchange Club joins in the National Observance of Child Abuse Prevention Month. And whereas this year, the Milledgeville Exchange Club is supporting the Wear Blue for Child Abuse Prevention on Mondays, April 6th, 13th, 20th, 27th, Pinwheels for Prevention and Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Information on social media. And whereas these promotions and events serve as reminders to all parents and adults that protection of our children is one of the greatest responsibilities we have as a community of responsible citizens. Now, therefore, I, Mary Parham Copeland, as mayor of the city of Milledgeville, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2026 as Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Month in the city of Milledgeville, and urge our citizens to help protect our children by reporting suspected abuse and neglect, and supporting parents in nurturing their children. Whereas I hereunto set my hand and cause this seal to be affixed on this 14th day of April 2026. Mary Parham Copeland.
As president of the Exchange Club this year, I want to thank the City Council for giving us this honor and proclamating the month of April as for this cause. I want to thank our community for your support. We've got several initiatives that we're going to enact during the month of April to support this cause, to bring awareness to it. So we really want to appreciate everybody in this room, outside of this room, and our community for your continued support. So thank you so much.
As a council, we truly hope that one day this type of awareness will be obsolete. Thank you, Exchange Club, for your endearing efforts to protect our children. You have all received a copy of the March 10th, 2026 council meeting minutes. Are there any corrections or amendments that need to be made?
Yes, on page 9, at the very bottom, the under vote aye, my name was not listed, so I just wanted to, but I brought that to Courtney's attention.
Okay. So since she's brought the correction to our attention, I need a motion to adopt the March 10th, 2026 council meeting minutes with the correction.
Motion to adopt with the correction.
Second.
We have a motion and second. I'll ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Dr. Lee.
Aye.
Ms. Simmons.
Aye.
Ms. Mapp.
Aye.
Ms. Pendergast.
Aye.
Dr. Wells.
Aye.
Ms. Shanholster.
Aye. The motion carries and the minutes are approved. I understand that we have some students here tonight who are from Dr. Smith's journalistic writing and reporting class as a part of their assignments. They will be writing a basic city council news story. Can I ask that class to please stand? Oh, wow, okay. We thank you so much for coming tonight and hope that you give us a good story. No. Thank you. Are there any other Georgia College students here tonight? If so, would you please stand for any other class? Thank you. At this time, we'll move on to the city manager's report, and I'll recognize Ms. Hilson Butts.
Good afternoon. This is going to be the shortest part of this council meeting. I don't have anything other than just to remind council that registration for the GMA annual convention is tomorrow. So if you have not gotten your selections and your packets to Ms. Celeste, please do so prior to that registration that begins at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And I just want to recognize our Milledgeville Fire Rescue for bringing out our new ladder truck during our last council meeting. It was a beautiful piece of equipment, and we look forward to being able to further serve our community with that equipment in hand. I don't have anything else.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Mayor, may I ask the city manager a question?
Sure.
Okay. Is it still, Celeste is doing the registration. We do not have to do anything.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. You turn your packets in to us, and we'll do it all.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say those classes are difficult to get in because the entire state will be, so please have them. So what they try to do is have several people. It won't just be Celeste, it'll be Courtney Jackson.
And myself as
and
well.
Melba as well, trying to get all of our registrations done as the minute they open up. So
Classes
please,
are sold out in the first minute, so
Yeah.
we all on hand.
Classes, hotels too.
hotels, everything will be sold out within, because you're talking about 500 and some odd cities, and with at least 3 to 5 council members from each city. So can you imagine?
That's why I wanted to ask why we were all here.
No,
Make
we
sure
do it
you
for
get
you.
it in.
You're good.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't have any old business for tonight, so we'll now consider new business, which is part of the agenda. And I'll ask the clerk to read ordinance O-2603-12 by caption as a first read.
Ordinance O-2603-12, conduct the first reading of an ordinance amending the Land Development Code to rezone approximately 0.94 acres from OI Office Institutional to SFR1 Single Family Residential 1. Property is located at 394 Broad Street, Central State, Baldwin County Tax Map 072-00163. The property is owned by the Southern Crescent Sexual Assault and Child Advocacy Center, Inc. Applicant Terry Willie wishes to rezone property to SFR1 for use as a resident.
Okay, this is the first read of the ordinance, and I'm referring it to the Planning and Zoning Commission. I'll ask the clerk to read Resolution R-2603-10 by caption.
Resolution R-260310, a resolution to authorize a contract with Pyrotechnico to provide fireworks during the Independence Day celebration in Milledgeville.
You have heard the resolution. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Dr. Lee?
Aye.
Ms. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Mapp?
Aye.
Ms. Pendergast?
Aye.
Dr. Wells?
Aye.
Ms. Shinholster?
Aye, okay. The motion carries. We do not have any appointments or alcohol license applications to consider this evening, but it is my understanding that we do have a need to go into a closed session for the purposes of a real estate matter. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am. It's a real estate matter and a potential,
Potential litigation?
yeah.
Okay. So it's for a real estate matter and potential litigation. Do I hear a motion to go into closed session?
Motion to go in closed session.
Second.
I'll ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Dr. Lee?
Aye.
Ms. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Mapp?
Aye.
Ms. Pendergast?
Aye.
Dr. Wells?
Aye.
Ms. Shinholster?
Aye. Okay, we'll move into closed session, and we'll be back to open the meeting back up shortly. At this time, I'll call the meeting back to order and ask the clerk to call the roll.
Dr. Lee?
Here.
Ms. Simmons?
Here.
Ms. Shinholster?
Here.
Ms. Pendergast?
Here.
Ms. Mapp?
Here.
Dr. Wells?
Here.
Okay. This concludes the items on the agenda. Does anyone on council have any questions or comments?
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, just want to remind everybody of the Saturday cleanup, District 6 City, District 5 County, and we are having participants from District 2 come up and join us. We're meeting at the fire station with Miss Hilson Butts' approval at 9:30 that morning to disperse, and we're going to clean on Dunlap, North Jefferson, a little bit on Ivy Weaver, and North Jefferson all the way to the city limits, and then the county volunteers under Commissioner Little will clean on Log Cabin and out further that way. So I'd love to have y'all there. Can't promise any good eats, but some water and Gatorade.
Okay. I kindly have to decline. I have a workshop to do, work session to do for the my Baptist Association on Saturday morning.
Well, you and I will make a specific appointment.
You
You and
make
I
an
will go
appointment.
get some cleaning.
Okay, okay. Anyone else? Okay,
Let's continue to have Major Gray, daughter in prayer. She had
Right.
major surgery.
right. She's recovering well.
She is.
Yes, she is. She's recovering well from her surgery, and we continue to keep her family in prayer. And all of those who are going through, so many people are going through, people are hurting, families are losing loved ones, and I encourage you all to stay prayerful, those who believe in the power of prayer, to stay prayerful for those who are less fortunate than you are at a certain time.
And also for a resident in my district that lost their home to the house fire on Magnolia Avenue. Wow. Yeah.
It's a big blaze.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Dr. Lee?
Aye.
Ms. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Shinholster?
Aye.
I'm sorry. Ms. Pendergast?
Aye.
Ms. Mapp?
Aye.
Dr. Wells?
Aye.
Okay, we stand adjourned.
I assume.